Yeah.
Okay, we're trying this. We don't know if it's gonna work or not.
She's live up there.
I was gonna try to do it, but I haven't been able to get it yet. Can't work too many things at once.
Doherty.
Let's see how that happens. I hope anybody can listen. Tell me you hear, see me.
That's wrong.
That's Doherty.
Yeah, I should be live on Facebook.
Doherty.
Get rid of the UG. I'll do that now.
DOH.
I'm sitting back here because I don't want to be online. I don't want to be visible.
That's right, we might catch you.
Yeah, please don't catch that.
I saw him, he was here Saturday for the veterans ceremony. And he was in the hospital for a total of 8 days.
See,
He's doing somewhat better. He went into AFib and everything else. Blood pressure's not all kinds of
After
screwed.
she's the last meeting.
And, they did tests. He was in 3 different times. He was in 3 different times, but they were gonna put another stent in. He's got 30 written down, they were gonna put another stent in. And,
what's another stint when you have 30?
yeah, right. Well, the thing is, you'd think they would want to go in there and take a few out, you know?
This time last year, I had incredible body aches. I checked myself into the VA hospital down in Delaware. They admitted me. They had me in there for 2 days. They were running tests left and right. Never gave me an answer what was wrong. It was unknown viral infection. First they told me I had pneumonia, this little spot on my lung. But then the MRI said, okay.
Was that? Wasn't that nice?
And then they mailed me a $100 bill. So I paid for it. I paid the other.
I see.
And then 1 week they mailed me $50. I mean, they did every test. They put me in the CAT
Oh.
scan. That cost me a real lot.
It's working.
I mean,
I'm not on camera. Which is,
2 days in the hospital.
Take your time, Bill.
I had everybody.
Please look at her head too.
Listen, you got it. We don't want to embarrass you in this first meeting, yeah. I'm good, when you stand up, I'm gonna hit you. We'll see how that works.
You may not want to. Bill, is anybody not Anthony said like Cal or anybody Johnson?
I'm trying, we get 3 or 4 sometimes. That's why I sent out extra emails today, but I messed up with my YouTube address. It would be nice if they did, you know?
So the people who do, are they people who would love to be here and couldn't make it that night, or are they people who just can't hear?
We had to do that, yeah.
Around Big
So
Toe.
I've gotten a couple of requests. Let's see, that's Craig next to you. And Craig, I guess Matt saw us on Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook, right?
They stayed here.
I don't think
You
so.
got invited, you saw us through Facebook.
Sent you about that presentation.
Okay.
That's all about that.
Check back to here, so.
Jim Madden sent me something,
There's a
so.
Facebook page for Jersey South, which is what he's broadcasting live on now.
I'm trying something.
Yeah, like I say, everybody, there's a new schedule for next year meetings. And, like I say, and the only difference gonna be like next year is we don't have to have our meeting early in November because Thanksgiving's not till the 28th.
Late 70s, early 80s. Late 79.
So we'll be able to have it on this Friday, 5 weeks.
That's young compared to these guys.
Okay, Eddie and Wayne, and that'll be good.
So it looks like that's YouTube, so we're on. That's good. That's first time for that.
Oh, that's on YouTube, not Facebook.
That's
not the
YouTube
Yeah,
there.
not the Facebook live stream?
Yeah, I'm doing both right now.
Yeah, I can see the Facebook's right.
Now, the question I got is, I got my grandson watching tonight.
If you took it, then I just got to sign it.
Oh, it is.
Jim, did you take that thing for the minutes?
Finances.
It work?
I don't work, I gotta sign it.
You know, what's nice about Facebook,
So,
and it looks like it's working, is Facebook does auto captions too. I'm trying to get this guy to use it.
Do we really work? If you want people
Then they do the prayer. Yeah,
Now,
the religious thing.
She wasn't here, you.
Yeah.
You're.
This isn't your end, the other thing.
Look at us saying, that's how you do it.
You actually mail that to National?
okay, oh, you-
Yeah, yeah, the final.
Good. You send off the final, right? To national.
National or something, every year that you guys send, yeah.
Okay.
And I've never seen this many people since I've been here in 2 years.
You can't do
We used
it.
to have,
No, you're not,
we
you're
had,
not.
15 or 20 of them.
There's paperwork. That's all right.
Now, but
You know the funny thing?
Bob, before you start the meeting,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes, sir.
be aware, you're on YouTube Live,
Okay.
okay, and Facebook. Okay?
It's not gonna change anything that you do, Bob?
What, Ed, why do you think these two are sitting over here? Do you see him there, Ed?
Little lamp shades in your head
Yeah, it's a little delay there, huh? Perfect.
or you
Wait, get out of here for the cops.
whole 10 people when we watch.
Yeah. So the secret signs in there. Go.
Over here.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, not yet. As soon as Christopher says, I got it. Go ahead, do it. All right, like Cobb, would you want to dive the vote, please? Do you have the paperwork?
Yep, they got it.
Everything's either on the front or the back of the paperwork. So summary's prayer, please. Yes.
I'll read this submarine's prayer, you can bow your heads and just listen if you like. Almighty everlasting God, protector of all who put their trust in thee, hear our prayers on behalf of thy servants who sail their vessels beneath the seas. We beseech thee to keep in thy sustaining care all who are in submarines, that they may be delivered from the hidden dangers of the deep. Grant them the courage and a devotion to fulfill their duties, that they may better serve thee and their native land. Though acquainted with the depths of the ocean, deliver them from the depths of despair and dark hours of absence of friendliness and good ship spirit. Bless all their kindred and loved ones for whom they are separated. When they surface their ships, may they praise thee, for thou art there as well as in the deep. Fill them with thy spirit, that they may be sure in their reckonings, unwavering in duty, high in purpose, while upholding the honor of their nation. Amen.
Okay. Pulling of the books. USS Albacore, USS Growler, USS Scamp, USS Covina, USS Sculpin. That was for November, now for December, since we don't have a meeting. USS Capon, USS Sea Lion, USS F1, USS S4. We have a moment of silence for our, there's a port of no return where ships may ride at anchor for a little space. And then some starless night the cable slips, leaving Eddie at the mooring place. Gulls, fear no longer, sailor rest aboard. No tangled refuge that will be washed ashore. The creed, gentlemen, everybody would read the creed together? Okay, the Cobb will read it, I'm sorry.
The Creed of the United States Submarine Veterans Incorporated, to perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in the pursuit of their duties while serving their country. That their dedication, deeds, and supreme sacrifice be a constant source of motivation towards greater accomplishment, towards loyalty and patriotism to the United States Constitution.
That flag's back here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Everyone, please have a seat. Sorry, Todd. introduction of members and guests. Jim Gary, would you start, please?
Jim Gary, USS Pirates, SS 482, August 1964, London, New London, Connecticut.
Bob Gerson, qualified on USS Tecumseh, SSTN 628, in June of 1966 in the South Pacific.
Wayne McCallum qualified on the USS Angler SS 240 in 1967 at Groton, Connecticut.
Jim Madden qualified on USS George Bancroft, SSPN 643 Blue in March of 1989.
And also I qualified aboard the USS Angler, SS 240 in May of 1967 in Ceylon, Puerto Rico.
Guy Doherty, USS Will Rogers, 659, whole number, qualified June 75, in Rhodesville.
Tom Breslin, he was a Swedish SN 651, qualified in February 1987.
Bill McGlynn qualified April 81, this is N658 Spacefish under the ice with my friend David.
Craig Bowens, SSPN 739, USS Nebraska, qualified June 1992 in King Bay, Georgia.
Chris Vincent, SS 377, 1969, San Diego, California.
Thank you all. We got the cushion over here.
So he's the first, you're on a trident.
Right.
So that's the first member we've had.
I'm gonna try to. Yeah. Talk about your daughter for a second here. She helps us out every meeting,
Remember the crew.
right? We got, one thing we do every meeting is we honor the service of our WW2 members, of which we have one left. Dr. Calvin Moon. Calvin Moon is 99 and a half. June 18th of next year, he'll be 100. And still going, still looking good. And when we were down in Arlington for Memorial Day service, he marched down the hill with us, with his walker, but he marched with us. He don't want any special privileges or anything else. And like I say, if it wasn't for people like Cal, we wouldn't be here. The WW2 guys, we would not be here.
That's, what was his ratings when you sent that
He was
email?
a radio man.
Radio.
RM.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he just got back from his daughter's house in Vermont. He was up there for like 6 months. But his daughter Jenny's still down here and he lives right next to Arlington, right? His house is right up on the hill. And, so he's just doing well. I mean, like all of us, you know, you lose some body mass, but he's still getting it up. He's still doing it. And, good spirits.
Actually, his rate is ETM1.
Yeah, cause I didn't recognize that.
Yeah. So he's an ET, but
Like
he's a
the
radioman.
Electronics.
Yeah.
Remember he said he went to a special school to learn radar.
Radar, right.
He was the only guy that knew how to work.
He knew how to work the radar during the war, and he said, you know, we got problems here. And they wouldn't listen. They would not listen.
So interesting fact about Cal never went to sub school. To be quick to tell you that too.
Yes.
Hands off and do it.
He never had a chance to go to sub school.
That's right. So
Calvin was on the Razorback.
A lot of guys didn't go because they needed him so much.
They needed him quick. Right, next order would be secretary's report. Oh, James, please.
Regular meeting minutes, New Jersey Base South, USSVI, Friday, October 27, 2023, Yardville, New Jersey, 1930 hours, VFW building. Officers present, Bob Gross, Wayne Michalis, Jim Madden, James Gary. Call to order, prayer, flag salute, tolling the votes, introductions of members present and guests, honor World War II vets. Clinical list. John Theotonio, Joe Bloomer, and Dave Lucas. Minutes of September meeting read by secretary and approved by members present. Treasurer's report given by James Gary. one CD totaling $15,498.28, checking balance of $4,560.73, the scholarship fund of $4,438.13, total base treasury of $24,497.14. Report accepted as read by members present. Committee reports, membership, C. Vincent, approximately 123 members. Newsletter, Bob Gross reports that John is too sick to put out a letter. Ways and Means, Dave Lucas, no report. Scholarship, G. Doherty. One application, committee to submit policies and procedures to the member, the large. Tom's River Memorial, Bob Kloop, no report. Tom's River Memorial Bricks,
One member.
C. Gromick, no report.
And we've actually.
License plate, Ed Carlson. A lapsed member's application was rejected. New Jersey Eagle Scout Program, C. Vincent, awaiting requests. New Jersey boat sponsorship, Jim Gary, USS New Jersey is our boat. Old business, use membership business cards to promote our organization. We need a volunteer for chaplain and newsletter. Membership profiles can be viewed at www.ussvi.org. The New Jersey commissioning is April 6, 2024. There is a section for the USSVI and we need a head count. New business, $250. Is this a request?
You want to talk about it?
Okay. The Groton base is requesting $250 for base scholarship and memorial bricks.
No, that's for the memorial of that submarine, the USS Groton.
This ground base should be requested.
Oh, the Groton base is.
No, they're gonna have a memorial based on the sale.
Oh, okay. It's not a scholarship. It's a memorial.
No, it's a memorial, and they're gonna have bricks. You can buy bricks.
The Groton base is wants to sell memorial bricks for
Right.
memorial, $250.
They're to finance the USS Groton.
Veterans, that's new business that we'll discuss this meeting. Vote on. Veterans Day ceremony, November 9th at 11 o'clock, Jamesburg Elks Lodge, invited by Alan E. Brown. For the good of the order, we didn't have a 50-50. Meeting closed with prayer by Commander, Chief of the Boat, Ed Carlson, Sound and Surface. James Madden, Secretary, New Jersey Base South, USSVI.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as read? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Treasurer's report, Mr. Gary, please.
We still have one CD, $15,498. Our checking account has $4,931. The scholarship fund has $4,438. Our total cash is $24,868. The CD is due January 25th, 2024, and the interest rate is 5.00%. Our year-to-date revenue, we collected $2,883. Our total expenses are $2,446, which leaves us excess of revenue over expenses of $437. I paid all our dues that we collected as of today. I remitted to National. So the profit doesn't have any profits that are going to be remitted in the future. So that's like pure profit.
Yes.
And at the end of the year, I'll make sure that all the dues are paid by December 3rd. That I collect, any dues that I collect will be sent to National as of December 31st.
Understood. Any questions for the treasurer, please?
I move we accept the report.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Chaplain's report, okay. Clinical list. We still have John Theotonio and John, like I said, I think I mentioned last meeting, John's just not moving around that well. And he'll email the people, so I asked him about stopping over, he said, yeah, there's no problem. But, he's not real welcoming because sometimes talking with John, it's hard to get information out of Johnny. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, but he's hurt. And we have Joe Bloomer. Joe had broken his ankle and that, so he's moving on. He always come out here with Vic Paterno. And they were boozing buddies there. And then Charlie Bromack came with us, he had a bypass surgery. And I haven't heard anything back from him. I left a couple messages, but I'm hoping everything's well with that. And he was very, very concerned about that. And Charlie Bromack is the one that takes care of the stuff down at Tom's River Memorial. And he belongs to New Jersey South, and he belongs to New Jersey Shore Base. Very dedicated. And Dave Lucas is our storekeeper, and Dave, I was talking earlier, Dave had, he's got 30 stents in right now, he's gonna go have another stent put in his leg. And in the meantime, he went to AFib, and his blood pressure dropped down to like 43, and the sugar was going all out of whack. Different functions started shutting down. So he was at the right place. He's at Robert Wood over here in Hamilton, and he spent about 8 days in the hospital over a 3-day period, 3-time period. And but he's seemed to be doing good. I saw him Saturday here at the Veterans Service, and that's what we had. Does anybody else know anybody else? It's on the medical list. Okay. Committee reports. Membership, Chris, what do you have? Okay.
Still 123.
123 in membership.
Well, maybe 124. We got a prospect sitting here in the corner. We got to talk to him later, you know.
I have a question. Did Frank Kazuko send you his membership?
What's that?
Frank Kazuko, the lieutenant commander?
I see him on Facebook, but I don't think he's a member.
Well, he said he sent you the check. I'm just hoping he sent it to you and rather than the other base.
I haven't seen any checks. I hope he does, yeah.
Have you seen it from Frank Kazuko?
he sent me.
Because he was
Good.
here at a meeting, what, 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, he won't attend many meetings.
But he said he's been really, really busy, but he plans on coming out to some more meetings.
More so in the warmer weather where we could come out together because he lives in the highlands and we meet at my
You beat
house.
it halfway, yes, just 2.
Good. Well, he must have got it through Jim. I can't look at it right now because I got too many things going on.
I'll email you.
Okay.
Now it's, right,
This is true.
Ways and Means, Dave said he had nothing new when I talked to him on Saturday. I've had people ask me why we don't get calendars, why we don't get hats, why we don't get shirts, because we've had them, they're stored at Dave's house, and the only time we really get a chance to sell them is at our picnic. We haven't had a picnic in a while. But it's just, they bring them out all the time, and then they go back. They come out, and so rather than put a lot of money out and, not have any money coming back in, it's one thing if you can sell the product, but if you can't, then we're losing money. You can go for your calendars, you can go through National, you can go to the National Storekeeper and get your calendars. Everybody gets the American Submariner, I hope. I got a copy for you if you want. I got the last 2 issues I can give you. But look, that's one of the things you get, and it's pretty nice, it keeps you pretty much up to date on what's happening.
Could we order some hats? I mean, I've been dying to get a hat and maybe buy 2. Could order like 10 of them and put them in stock? I'm sure we'll get rid of them.
Yeah, because with the hats nowadays, they're adjustable. I don't see why not. I'll talk to Dave, I'll give him a call. And I don't see, yes, sir.
Yes, we can order hats, and yes, let's order them. I can order them or Dave can order them. Okay, I talked to National, and I'm supposedly a storekeeper reason. Now, the reason we want to order it through the base is because we can order it at discount and then charge extra so we make money off the hats.
Sure.
We can do that. I can do that, or Dave can do that.
Well, I think we should, because like I said, we started to get some new members, and some of my hats are getting old.
Okay.
How much is the minimum order?
I don't know. That's I said what.
I got new business.
Yeah, we wouldn't,
Marie, if you're listening, close your ears, I'll do it, but, we can do that. I'll look into that, see, make sure that avenue is still open to us because it is funds for us, And, we get it at wholesale and resell it or whatever, I'll look into that.
thanks, Chris. But that's a good point, Eddie, like I say, because some people don't have, New Jersey South tax.
Well, it's been so long, I mean, a lot of things that we used to do, we no longer do.
That's correct.
I still have my nameplate, the nameplates you all had, and, you don't get individual membership cards anymore,
That's right.
you know.
We haven't gotten that since Steve Burnett. But it's
I got a question. Well, how do you get base membership cards? I got national, but I don't, how do you get a base, you remember?
check it
We'll make one up and order.
Well, who do you order it from?
Just imagine it, like, something online that
Yeah,
Staples does.
we need 120 cards. This way it'd be a good mailing, right? To send out to all the guys, here's your membership card, see you next meeting.
Ed had his,
Anybody that's a life member doesn't need it because they would have gotten a card from,
I got a life membership from this guy, John
John
Kelly.
Kell.
And he didn't realize he was a base life member, right? And here's his membership card, he sent me a copy. And he became a member in 2020,
I don't think I-
2003. But there was he gets a card, there are.
There used to be one.
Yeah.
This is, I got this in the mail, and look, it's all, you can't even read it anymore, And it's not for base, this is a national.
National.
Remember they would send you a sticker,
Right.
2022, what did you get?
they still send to the membership chairs the stickers. Because I knew I got them, I turned it over to my replacement at the South Base, and I'm sure you get the stickers too, right?
Well, it does
yeah,
have
I
the
think I
base
did,
name
yeah.
on the front, right? It says,
I
New
handed,
Jersey based, New Jersey South Base.
But as far as getting cards, that's not a bad idea.
everybody's looking in their wallets.
Will come out.
I said, well, different, that one just says New Jersey, it doesn't say USSV Iowa.
Yeah, mine doesn't say New Jersey South, it just says.
Well, I don't call this for company.
Well, Ed also has
Oh, that's
where
what-
he had his cards made up. Ed had his own
This was like
business
membership.
cards made up. We could do that.
Yeah, well, who's gonna manufacture the
What
card?
I'll do is I have all my old cards, I'll scan in the last card that I have, not the one that's life, but the individual year ones, and then I'll send it to you guys and we can discuss it at the next meeting, and then we'll figure it out, because I can get it printed out.
Because I keep on changing laws and.
This seems to me if you're gonna be a member of an organization.
Yeah, you should have a card. You should have a card.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're probably a little more than a business card because they're made of plastic. The print-
They're actually, no,
They're
paper. The paper, and
just like a business card.
I used to have one of those that John Kill, you said John Kill?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know John for years.
One in a while.
I had somewhere, somebody issued the same one.
I think they actually came from National because if my recollection is correct. It has the name of National, head of National, and the head of the base.
Right. Yeah, I know I have one, because when I change wallets, it's in there.
Plus, yeah,
That's it.
You ever look at the one the VFW said, it's kind of like covered in a wax or something, like, did you just get that? Yeah. You know, it's made as a mailer because it comes mailed to your house and then you punch it out. If somebody,
Yes.
it's a little more durable, you know what I mean, like the paper one.
Let's get the plasticized thing on it,
we could probably do anything.
Yeah, whoever makes them for the VFW must make them for everybody.
I got a printer, we could
But can you put that kind of paper in?
do one.
Sure.
Guys got this wall.
I'll go through my stuff.
Do it.
I know it's in my wallet right now, unless I find it later.
Yeah, that's what I have. You get that from National.
Um,
It's the only second time I pulled it.
Scholarships, Guy, does you have anything?
But I don't have.
Just one application.
We got an application?
No, what the one we just talked about.
We have no applications yet. We haven't put the application out on the website yet, have we?
For what? Scholarships?
Yes.
No.
But you have one, so.
Well, we have one, you can put out there.
I can put, if anybody wants one, we can send them one.
Okay, yeah, we all have it, so when we get somebody,
Yeah.
we can send it to them.
We changed the, heading on the,
Everything is set to go. The only thing that I really want to do, I gotta ask my son, is the essay question this year the same as last year? Doesn't really matter, because whatever it is, if you submit it for national, you're allowed to copy it for the base membership, so you don't have to do two. So I just want to know what the essay question is. I'm sure you want to know as well.
once we get that done, I'm gonna take it to high school.
Well, my son will be down for the day after Thanksgiving, and I'll ask him to look it up.
Ed, what do you got in the way of license plates, bud?
Well, an update on the guy I rejected. He is again a member of Nashville. So that's why I sent you the check.
Yeah.
2 months old. It was a struggle to get him, talking to his wife and finally getting through it. He's now a member of Nashville. And I have one other person, I sent the application out. So we got one pending. Frank Kazuko was gonna put 2 more on his other vehicles, but he decided not to. So I think I have like 8 already paid, so as soon as, people ask for those, that's all profits to the base.
Okay, great.
One pending, one now.
So, Ed, what number are you up to?
The next available number is 1701, 1703, and 1705. The skip was because I was holding 2. Some people like to have back-to-back numbers on their car and their wife's car. So, and the price is, because I'm the coordinator, it's $40 for the first plate, $25 for the second plate. And all you have to do is email, tell me you're interested, and I verify that you're a member of National, and then I send you the
That's right.
application with a letter of instruction. So if you're interested.
2 members.
Okay. Let's see, next thing we got here is the Eagle Scout program. You have anything, Eagle Scouts are?
No, sir. They've disappeared. I gotta go beating on their door next.
Going from committees into old business. Still need a volunteer for chaplain. I do the chaplain position when we do different things. As a matter of fact, for the veteran ceremony here on Saturday, I'm part of the rifle squad here, and I went and asked the commander if I could go through. So I did our basically our creed, and I also did the port of no return. And just to,
That brings up a good point. Trying to find out this stuff, we can get people more involved. I've put out a letter now from the DMV. I don't know if you've seen that in emails and things like this, but I'm embarrassed because I didn't support you for this last thing. I apologize for not doing that, because it's nice that we do that for the VFW here because they support us. But there's so many things going on. There's so many, and we cover such a large area, and try to find out things. And like I was explaining to Craig tonight, our age group is on the other side, Okay, so we need to get more communications of when things are going. Like, I didn't even dawn on me about a ceremony going on up here, which we should support. But so if you guys hear anything in your local towns, zap me an email so I can put it out. Right now we have 2 members watching us on Facebook. Okay, Tom Kachizanza, I'm sorry, Tom, if I don't say your name right, okay? And Ed Pertel, I think, is watching, okay? So we need better communications, even among this group here. I mean, you know, to get the things, get it visible to people. I'm trying with this, and I know some of you don't like this, you know, but, you know, so don't give your wife the finger or something, but anyway.
Sometimes we find out the information at the last minute.
I know.
We do what we can with what we got.
Right.
What probably will happen, if we could get a new commander, he could transition into full-time chaplain, you can't do both. Right?
Well, I you know, do what I can, do what I can with what I
I should
can.
say.
I'll say,
These are happening to
you would just sit here as a chaplain, we could put a commander, and, so.
Are you recruiting?
I'll say, if nobody wants to be chaplain, maybe somebody wants to be commander, you know?
Because I mean.
Because this is his second stick doing it, there's nobody else.
I've been doing it for a while. But it's, you know, I don't mind doing it. As a chaplain, it would be nice to be able, if somebody's in the hospital, you send out a card. If there's somebody, you know, it's a bereavement, if we did not, I mean, we make every attempt we can to be at someone's service. And I haven't missed many, but sometimes, even if you go down and say a few words, it means so much.
Yes.
Means so much. And
And I think forming the color guard at funerals for, sub-vets is a good thing.
Carl could not emphasize enough, you have to tell your family to get in touch with us.
No, that's the
You
other,
know?
to notify our organization of the passing so that we can follow up.
That brings up a very good point, because we got one notification last year through National, through somebody in San Diego, that it was one of their friends that passed away here. It's how we found out about it. And he was a member of ours, but the families don't know to do that, okay? So that's a good point.
That was down in Arlington.
Yeah.
Yeah, down in Doyle.
That bothered Carl to no end, because he could find out so much after, he always tried to be on top of it.
This was true. So if you didn't know of anyone, I got an email one day, and I had no idea who the person was, and saying that, you know, a member from this base had passed, and they wanted to know if we do something, but it was already too late. You know, the service had already happened. Not that we didn't want to, we just didn't know. And don't want to look bad, you know, I mean, because you want to show due respect. You know, the member did his service, or what it could be her service, but we, you know, we want to keep above board as much as we can. And so that's where that's at. New Jersey, pardon me. USS New Jersey commissioning is still official, it's April 6th. Bill McLean asked earlier tonight, what's the story, what time?
We have a verb.
You have a verb on it?
You want me to read it?
Sure.
Okay, this is an email that Chris was sending it out somehow. It's gonna be on April the 6th, right?
April 6th, yes.
Yeah, April the 6th. And the gates at Earl are gonna open at 07:30. And then there's gonna be a designated parking area where you're gonna park your car and they're gonna bus you down to the pier. And the ceremony is gonna start at 10 o'clock. It's gonna last approximately an hour and 15 minutes, and there's gonna be a light reception on the pier. And then attendees will tour the submarine from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 1600. And then the return process is you leave.
Nice.
So if you get a bus, you'll have to leave here at least by 6.
You got now,
An hour?
we got an hour
An hour and a half, maybe?
An hour and a half, yeah. But the thing is how many people, we have to know how many people are gonna go, because buses are expensive. And we gotta find out, you know, who's gonna be able to go,
And they're gonna wait all day for us.
and they're gonna have to wait all day, so you're paying a full day's fare. If we don't have a lot of people, then they've got some of the smaller buses like they do for weddings. Not as many people.
The expenses, the guy has to be there all day.
He's gotta be there all day, and, you know,
Do we know, Jim, how many people have ponies so far?
Well, that's our next
Okay.
spiel here.
Or you could organize a car project. We do that with-
Okay, I'm gonna work with Chris, we're supposed to fill in a spreadsheet. That gal from the commission sent us the spreadsheet that we have to fill in. So this is what you have to provide us. Your prefix, Mr., Mrs., Miss, your full name, first, middle, and last name, suffix if you're a junior, and then your title would be subheads. They want your mailing address, they want your email address, your phone number, and as US citizen. So like, you know, Ed sent me some information, but there's a lot of missing blanks.
Well, we didn't ask you for, that's why I asked you what other information,
Well,
so.
that's why we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
This is like trying to get on a base, okay, anywhere.
And it's important that you send it, you know, written down, so nobody gets confused about what we're supposed to put on that spreadsheet. Because we can't make any mistakes, because they'll reject you probably.
Yeah, well, if you would send out the requirements again, I'll update mine, I'll have Frank Rizzuto update his,
Okay.
and,
Okay, this guy didn't send us any money. I don't know if he's a member. If he's not a member, he's not gonna get in.
he is a member of National, he's
I'll call him.
he's on the base. He told me that he sent this check in. Thing is, he joined the South Base and the short, but he went through National, and National screwed it up, because they put him on both bases without the base putting him in. So he really isn't a member of both bases until he pays the dues for 1 year. This will be his first year paying the dues. He said he sent this $10 in. He said he sent it into this base, so I would assume that you reached out to him because he would appear on our roster as needing to, you know, his dues.
No, I don't, Jim,
That should go to
I
Jim.
get, it goes to Jim. I just,
I'll go on the tool menu and see if his name pops up. If his name doesn't pop up, that's a problem.
Yeah, you'll see it on the tool.
Yeah. Let me do that first, and if I don't see it, I'll call him and tell him that he's gotta go through Nashville to find out what happened. Why his name isn't on the list.
He's on National for sure, because I verified that for the license plate. I also know that he's on both bases because they put him on primary south, shore, but I've had him switch it to primary south, which is what is showed up on the database right
Well, let's
now.
do some research and we'll figure it
The gentleman we're talking about is ex-lieutenant commander and professor, author,
He just put out a new book. I just got it in the mail yesterday.
so that's
Nice guy.
out. Okay, so the spreadsheet has to be sent by December the 15th.
15th, we have to have this information.
Okay.
Who we sending the information to?
send it to me. I'll be sending out an email today or tomorrow, tomorrow or Sunday. I'll send out an email with what the requirements are, and then you can send it right back to me. I didn't send it out that way the first time. I sent it out first just to see how many people we would have. Right now, I think we're up to 11 people. Now I'll send out an email, to the people that responded to the first one, and you, Bill, if you didn't respond to the first one, okay, I'll send.
I did, so one of the interesting points about that email that you sent, Chris, was that there was a link in there that said, are you requesting tickets? And follow this link. So, and then I found out since I was here that USSVI here is separate.
Right.
What I don't wanna do is hold tickets that someone else might be waiting for or possibly get, so we should not request tickets, we should give you the information.
Right, I put,
And we'll, okay.
Should go through the base.
So I already did that request tickets thing, but I just followed the instructions that were in the email, so I don't know how I go back that out, so we don't hold tickets for somebody.
In other words, everybody could get themselves there. You could ask a courtesy question, maybe an elderly member might need transportation.
Yeah, so getting there is one thing, I'm talking about that total number of people, it's very limited to the
Right.
number of people, right? That's what I'm trying to-
Because Joe Lario, the captain, was saying that it's going to be between 100 and 150.
Right, so how we get there will be a byproduct of how many people are going, I'm not worried about that, but like if you had every member here request tickets on their own and then are part of the USSVI group, you've doubled up on 10, 20 tickets, right?
Frank did, he went online, he said.
That's what I did, right, because
And then,
the instructions.
and then Frank sent, because I put him on, copied on the email, so he asked for the tickets to Jim, and he said that he'll go back And camps,
undo,
and
yeah.
have camps.
I'll do, now that I know that, I'll do the same thing.
I would make sure that you're on your.
I was waiting, yeah.
Went to the commissioning in Minnesota, and I want to tell you that the sub-vets were up front and center, VIP seating, I was not there. In the VIP seating, because I have a friend who works for NAPSI, who got tickets, and we sat off to the side and back.
What was the tour like?
There was no tour, there was a advertised tour that they canceled.
No,
So, it'd be great if we could tour, right, but, I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Which
We'll see, Minnesota,
Where?
in Norfolk,
No.
so that's
Did
kind
a
of what
lot
I
of
think.
people disappointed?
I couldn't really tell. I mean, there were a lot of people there. There were many more than you talk about 100 people. There were probably 400 people there for that one. It was hot and so there you go. But,
April, we should be in pretty good shape because.
right, it'll be a snowstorm. So it won't be hot.
It's not like a true New Jersey resident.
But when we sent the email about the New Jersey, I did the same thing. I didn't request tickets though because I knew that we would get prime seating. So when you send the email, you should tell people they need to send their info to you.
That's what I intend to do this weekend.
Rather than requesting.
The sooner the better, because then we have a better idea what's going on.
Yeah, there was some kind of ship parked across the way, and they were giving tours, but the submarine was not. So,
So what do we consider a reasonable amount of tickets per person? Let's get that, thrown up a little bit. Is for five person unreasonable? I don't know.
I think more than 5 may be unreasonable.
Okay.
I asked for 4.
Okay.
I
So,
think over 5 may be unreasonable.
should we set a limit of 5 at this point in time? I mean, we will know when Chris gets everybody there to find out if, how serious the number's gonna be. And we may have to whittle it down.
If you put it at
So you
5
want to
people
use
and
5
10 people in the
as-
basement, you're looking at 50 tickets. Like you're in a round
Last day,
box.
the person,
The real
you
problem
should ask
is
the person that you
I
were in
think there's only
contact with, or was in contact
Well,
with.
he said 150 for
150
all
for
4
all.
chapters.
Yeah, I'm saying, so we have 10 people here,
Well,
and
tap on
five
top
chapters,
feet.
50 right
Oh,
there.
Pete
I'm not
Engelman,
gonna do that.
Pete Engelman's on the commission. But I saw something from Joe Lario saying some of the stuff that was.
So we'll start with
Because
5. and see what-
when we had the widows luncheon down at Forked River, they had one of the guys from the committee, and he couldn't answer a whole bunch of the questions. And then Joe gets involved, and then you got Pete. But Pete is the head. That if anyone's talking to anyone, it should be through Pete Engelman, because it's gonna come straight from the horse's mouth.
You're gonna need all that information if you're gonna request some multiple tickets as a sub-vet. You're gonna need all that information for all your guests as well.
Right,
In other words, responses are needed by December
15th.
Let's put a time limit on us. In other words, we want everybody to give us the information by at least the December.
First week of December. First week
Go
of
later
December.
than maybe the 5th or something.
But
Right,
you
no,
have that, and you have like.
because you have to compile.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna say responses needed, and I'll send it out, by December.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need to know the 15th.
No, that's right. We have to get the information into the committee by the 15th. But, so we want the information as soon as possible. Because you figure, you've got a couple of weeks now to do it, yes.
Time goes by fast.
Yes, sir. Any more discussion on?
If I read that email correctly, it's only one. It's only you and one. If I read the email correctly, I don't want to discuss it right now, but the email goes down and it says +1.
Okay.
So we have to be careful. We need to contact them and see what the exact quantity
It's
is.
only 150.
But the thing is, if it's saying a sub-vet +1,
Yep, that's what it's saying right now, it's +1.
I was thinking about myself and my wife.
Right. I mean, Ed has a couple extra in it, and I wish it would be open for all that because,
These people are free to go on their own
right,
and
they
apply
can,
another way.
right.
They would.
But
So let's set a rule then. So when we give you information, you think there should only be 2 people.
I'm thinking right now, if I read it, now you gotta remember, okay, I apologize, but I'm an A ganger, okay? My reading skills are limited sometimes, Okay, so, but it says You fill your information and then it says +1. It's exactly what it says, you know?
All right, I don't know if I saw that email or not, Chris.
Okay,
That
well,
would be a shame because I specifically wanted to have my,
Yeah, you want
my
grandkids here.
12-year-old granddaughter and 14-year-old grandson, because
yes,
I want them to go Navy.
Right.
And I think it's a good recruiting opportunity. I couldn't get my sons to go, maybe I could get my grandkids to go.
I agree, but we need to get that cleared up through the New Jersey committee.
On that?
I'm just.
Yeah. But like I say, you get a hold of that, and you either talk to Chris or me or whatever, we'll get the information out.
We need to bring it printed here.
We're doing
I'll keep
all
you-
this.
Go ahead, next.
I mean, it's, that thing. The,
What are we talking?
the rocket thing.
Oh, yeah.
Commissioning.
Well, we haven't gotten that far. yet.
No, it's not, just put that on the list though. for all-
We should talk about it tonight.
Sure.
Oh, let's talk about the plaque. Can we do that?
Mhm.
Okay, I sent an email and to Guy, and then Jim sent me something. So what we wanna do is have a little presentation blurb on the plaque. So I said, presented by Calvin Moon, ETM1SS, qualified 1944. I didn't say Luzon Straits, but we could add that. USS Razorback, SS 394, WW2 veteran. Now Jim Madden wanted to add that he was a veterinarian or something. I believe he should be added as a doctor.
Well, we don't want to
I mean-
get like history, we're just,
Yeah, that's
Isn't
what
it-
I'm saying.
Isn't it respectful to address a doctor as doctor?
no,
I
because
mean,
He's a submarine.
Dr. Joe
salesman.
Biden, you know, you have Pat, right? He doesn't really care about him.
I thought we had always too much to give us a qualification date and where he qualified.
Well, we want them to know that he was a
So we know
World
he
War
too.
II veteran, that's what we want to know.
And we know Luzon Strait is in the Pacific.
We can put that on there,
Yeah.
you know?
Well,
I was thinking,
go ahead.
because it sounds like he's presenting it, okay, he's giving it to them. It's not sounding like it's from our base.
Well, at the end, I'm sorry, at the end I said USVI New Jersey South.
Right, but I was thinking more along the lines of keeping it pretty much the way it was. It's recruited New Jersey by Calvin Moon. And there we should probably put World War II there, instead of qualified, and then,
Right, yeah.
and then the sub names, okay?
SS tells you he's qualified.
Yeah,
You don't want his rate on there?
and I don't think it's needed.
Oh,
I mean, you could put his rate on there with the SS and somebody qualified.
I think it's, presented by Cal Moon and then his.
I think that should be on behalf of New Jersey
New
South.
Jersey South, that's where it's coming from.
Now he knows it's coming from everybody in the base.
Correct.
Presented by the base
Well, presented by Calvin Moon
on behalf
on
of,
behalf of.
On behalf of US.
Yeah.
New Jersey South.
I think that's right.
I think that's good.
Yes, I think also.
But
And the date has to be in there, obviously.
How we-
The fact that he was a World War II vet has got to be, on there.
So if you did the qual date, which I think you would want to do that.
Either the quad date or World War II, they were.
I think it'd be better than World War II.
Okay.
We know World War II is in 1944,
Well, you know,
and we know the Luzon
Some of
Strait.
these kids today don't know nothing.
Well, I hope they taught us history in boot camp.
Some still, Johnson.
But, that's what I think, okay.
But that's great, absolutely, yes. So then.
I'll write it up, and I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I'll send it over.
Yeah, and then we'll wrap it up next, in
What do
January.
you think it's gonna be, 4 lines?
Yeah.
4 lines of,
Together, work on it.
Well, shorter the better. we don't want to-
Exactly, because you don't wanna take away from, you want the presentation, that's from us, presented by, and have his WW2.
I always think of that adage, Camel's a horse designed by committee. So I think if Don and Jim could smooth out the words, whatever they decide on is what's acceptable.
Okay, we'll talk together and we'll come up with it.
Leave it to those two.
That's fine.
Any more discussion?
And if we decide
Yes,
that we have to go ahead and do it.
yes.
Yes.
You don't wanna talk about it at the next.
All right, if you wanna feel safe,
I think-
present it because
The sooner we get it done, the sooner we get it done, because
You trust us.
the whole context is basically, been discussed here.
Yeah, we're adults, we'll figure it out.
Sure.
Okay.
Sometimes short and sweet.
Oh, no,
That's all you need to say.
We're adults, I thought we were.
I know you're mutually exclusive.
I ain't heard that in a while.
I tried to, we're not gonna fight. But that's not true today.
All right, we'll go through a C on this here, and then we'll talk about the Groton.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay, the next order of business would be, is there anything, anybody want to say anything more on the commissioning and the plaque? No? Okay. The Wawa fundraiser, which you got us the information on that stuff?
Not me.
No, okay, just, Tom.
Tom.
Sorry. I've got tickets right here, they're coupons. There's $6 per coupon, for a shorty hoagie with Wawa. And good for stocking stuffers and everything else. There are $6, we paid $4, so we're gonna make $2 per coupon. We sold 150 coupons before, and so we made $300. This is our second batch, and this first time, I gave you some already.
Yeah.
For people, and, so we've got, another, 150 tickets, or coupons. And they're in packages of 5. So it's $30 for a package. And, it's just something else to bring a little bit of money in.
I think I'll buy lunch there sometimes and it's cheaper to use a coupon than the pay.
And it's easy, because you order it just the way you want it, and it could be $7 or $8, and you put your coupon out, it costs you $6.
Can we use the proceeds rather than go to the base, to the scholarship fund?
Maybe every other time?
No, I don't think so.
Why not? We got, how much of the regular base fund?
Well, in other words, if you need money in the scholarship fund, then,
We transfer it out of the base fund.
Okay,
yeah, I mean, we're not gonna deplete it or
okay.
not support it, let's put it that way.
Because like sometimes when we have our 50/50s and everything else here, what we do is, if I win, I'll take a little bit and throw it in the scholarship.
You got an idea.
Well, I think I agree with where it's coming from, though. I think we should
A dedicated source.
start making
Building
a
scholarship.
dedicated source to the scholarship fund. Because it's gonna deplete quick. We get 2 this year, right? That was $2,000.
You only got one application.
Well, this year, right, but we ended up, somehow,
Don't forget, we still have a $15,000 CD,
okay.
okay?
Don't worry about it, send us a check.
No, we didn't issue a scholarship this year.
Nope.
We did not issue a scholarship.
Next year will be the first.
Yes, next year will be, because
Okay.
as the committee that was set for the scholarship, was not, we did not issue a scholarship from New Jersey South this year. But like I say, I see where you can say dedicate fund. The whole scholarship started here, this base, in the name of Ed Carlson's father-in-law. He started out, the base with a $10,000 donation, and that's how the scholarship got started.
Right.
I'm actually gonna do the same again, but I don't wanna commit until after this year.
I understand.
And the reason why is because my grandson will be applying this year. After this year, I won't have anybody applying for a number of years. But I do a plan to donate $1,000 for the next 10 years. And I will make that as a written commitment, if not a one-time donation, but I'm ready to do that. But it's not gonna be until we pass the first cycle.
Understood.
Thank you, Ed.
Yes, thank you very much.
The only problem is, if you're gonna say you're gonna dedicate those ticket sales, you're limiting to the amount of revenue that you're gonna put in. So
No, because if we come up with other ideas for fundraisers, then we'll put more money into it. The more money we put into it, the more we're able to build up the fund. And
But I mean, we can still take money out of the general fund and transfer it over to the scholarship.
Your committee's authorized to do whatever you can raise money. You can buy Wawa tickets.
You know, it's no
I'll buy it.
I just think it's a good idea to have a
Competition.
dedicated source. Because I could also turn around and say for the sale of the license plates, we could use that as a dedicated source. Because that's all going to this base,
Sure,
so.
it's going into the general fund, we can dedicate that to the scholarship. Sure. And the thing is that if we can get more people interested in coming out to meetings, tonight's one of the bigger numbers. I usually print up 12, 15 agendas, and that said to me today, what should we do? And I said, well, what we had is 10. I needed 10 tonight. And if we can get more people out, then I can get some speakers, get some more interest, get our picnic on again, and bring some money in. You know, and then, like I say, with the Wawa, we can do up to 2,000 tickets a year. Up to 2,000.
3 or 4.
That's right, yes.
3 or 4, I think it's.
And we get the interest in it, and, you know, that's easy money coming in. We're not out begging money, we're not standing, you know, there's many ways to make money, but,
My wife found the perfect outlet for those tickets, and that's the church pantry.
sure,
So I'm buying another batch tonight
okay.
to give to the church, to give to my wife to give to the church pantry, and they love it.
It's great, it's great, like I say, but there's little things, but we gotta get our membership out. If we get our membership out, then we're gonna have more camaraderie, and, like I say, maybe get some people to come out and talk. Because there's a lot of knowledge out there, and you keep the interest. So, all right, anyone else want to speak on that?
Oh.
Yes, what?
No, no, finish.
Okay.
You got the Ron thing up to the.
That's what I'm gonna talk on next.
Just a motion, we'll vote.
Yep.
When we get this up.
Well, we don't, because it's already,
Right, it's all-
I've got the coupons here, I got some here, and, but like I say, it's a good thing for us. A little bit of money coming in. All right, that's it on the Wawa fundraiser. Jim, you want to speak on the Groton?
Well, there was a blurb that the charitable foundation and the people up in Groton, they're gonna have a memorial for the USS Groton, they're gonna have a sale, they're gonna sell bricks, they're $250. If you don't wanna spend $250, we can give them a $100 check or something. But I mean, I think all the bases should give something.
The brick is $250.
The brick is $250, so, you know, if you wanna give a brick, I get more information and we can vote on it next meeting. I mean, they don't need it tomorrow or the next day,
Right.
but we should give something.
It was a heads up.
Yeah, in other words, we should give something, if you don't wanna get a full brick, you know, give them $100 or something.
Where do you put the garage in?
I don't know.
There's no place to put it now.
Well, just a sale, I mean, and it's not the full boat or anything.
Oh, yeah, or like they did for the WW2 memorial, you know, over in Groton itself.
Well, I thought they were putting the boats up there.
No. That's
They
just
didn't know.
a sale, but the thing is that unless they're gonna use that for park over here by,
Yeah, it could be a rubber end sale.
but that's, like, if you go down to Patriot Point down in Charleston, that takes up a bit of space.
Land is cheaper than.
Oh, South Tom's River, they have room for a torpedo
Steel delivery
or a
unit,
vehicle.
yeah. And,
Well, that's actually belongs to the town.
Cuddy Park, yeah, it's nice.
All right, so we're gonna defer that to next meeting, this Groton?
Yeah,
Yes, we can talk about it because,
I'll have to get more information. Get the official blurb.
all right, if there's nothing else on that, new business for USS New Jersey commissioning, as I said before, it's April 6th. After you're gonna go, within the next couple of weeks, get that information in. Right now, we were looking at sub-vet and one. If we find out more information, we can always add.
I'll call Pete.
And the sooner the better, because we want to get our information in by the 15th.
Right.
But so if we say, keep it in the next 2 weeks, which would put us around the 5th, thereabouts, that should work. Tickets, we don't have any tickets tonight. Sea stories, anyone have a sea story? Bill, you had a good one last time?
I told a little story, I missed last meeting, but I'll follow up on what I had said in the September, the last meeting I was at. So my wife and I, we host a sort of get-together of my crew members from Spadefish from the late 70s, early 80s, every year in September. It's right after Labor Day. So this year we had 12 and their spouses come, and we, do it at our house. We do a whole weekend thing, including our ex-commanding officer, who's now, made the last 3. So a lot of fun. Guys come from all over the place. I don't know if you guys had a lot of opportunity to see people you serve with, but we've been doing this now for about 12 years. And we've had them this year from San Diego, Anchorage,
Really?
New Jersey, Connecticut, all the local states you would expect, Maryland. But pretty good turnout. I had 3 people cancel at the last minute, so it would have been 15 of us, right? Not a bad turnout for a crew of 100. Right?
Yeah, I think that's great. I missed this, for health reasons, I missed my annual reunion this year. But when I went a couple of years ago, it was really so respectful, where they called the names, and all these retired chiefs called the names of all the deceased active shipmates. It was really emotional. But what's happening is, it's an old guppy boat. They're all dying out. Last year, we only had, 12 people show up at
You
the,
said yes, well, and I didn't know any of them.
and it's, they're gonna have their last reunion after about 15, 20 years next year in Groton.
Okay.
So, but it's turning out the lights, who's gonna be the last person?
So this is very informal. My boat has formal reunions every other year or something down in Norfolk, and they went into that. I don't know if you guys know this. There's a submarine hall of fame. You familiar with this, right? In Norfolk, they have a hall of fame for submarines. And we had a ceremony where my old boat went into that hall of fame, but at my house it's very informal. So, but we can get again ex-CO and a bunch of other people that
My
show up.
boat's the best.
What's that, Jimmy? I'm sorry.
My boat's the best.
Oh yeah, good. I'm sure it is. But it was a good time, and again, these guys now, I'm already getting phone calls about when we're doing it next year, what time, what weekend, so people can make plans, and it's a little bit bigger every year, it's
It's
nice.
good that you're hosting it, because one of the problems that the angler people are having is the cost. The cost of the hotels are going up. They're not giving you the party room for free anymore. They don't want you to bring in your own booze, you gotta buy it there. And, these are older people, how many are retired? They're all on fixed incomes, and it becomes an expensive deal. So between the expense and the longevity, we're just closing down.
Yeah, we do this with the crew members that we serve with, so there's like a range of years, and again, very unofficial. If it gets much bigger, my wife and I won't be going, we'll have to come rent a place like to do it, but it's always a good time. So if you guys have the opportunity, again, I would suggest that, you should reach out to your shipmates.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I get a chance to do it, and we do it every so many years, and we get together. And we went back out to Pearl one time just to get together. I was surprised how many people showed up. But some of the guys who were retired were able to get a cabana out there on one of the beaches and everything else, and a couple cabins. So some people stayed there, and it was really nice. And they put food out. They went to the PX, and it was just amazing the amount of food, and it cost us like $10 a head.
Hawaii?
In Hawaii, yeah. But okay, I'm going back a few years, but it was good. But our crew was we're like you, we're still pretty close,
Yeah, we have a good mix. I mean, we have nukes, A-gangers, we get them all.
Does your boat have a Facebook page?
We do, but.
But isn't it such a
we
wide
don't-
range of crew, like,
Yeah, that is, that's the whole, we don't manage this or that, we manage it through the 45 shipmates that I'm still in touch with, right, so we're, we have our
because
own.
I can tell there are tight groups on my book, because they'll post pictures. There was a gang from the 1970s that are still together, but I don't know who they are.
I belong to, on Facebook, I belong to 5 different pages of the 5 different boats that I served on. Of course, the Menhaden does not have a page, okay, that's SS 377, but there is a page on Facebook called Diesel Boats Forever. And I get a lot of good information out of that
I just
Facebook
joined that
group.
website.
Yeah, Facebook group. And actually I've contacted people from different boats, through Facebook and everything else. And, Facebook has a lot to offer, and so does YouTube. I mean, what you're watching up there is YouTube. I did that because of 123 members, I've got 51 on Facebook. Okay, and I got 60 or 70% of you that say, I don't do computers, my wife does, right, Bob?
That's right.
So I'm trying to make it more available to you, but there's things out there that we can do, and like I said, DVF Forever for most of you guys there's a lot of information, and the boats show up, and I tried to find certain people and nobody heard of them, so it works, and it may not work.
Okay, our next meeting, anybody is interested, is going to be January 26th. We do not have a meeting in December. Because of holidays and everything else, and people trying to get ready. So our next meeting will be Friday, January 26th, here at 491. And there's also a sheet on the table back there. I'll try to get these things out to people so they know ahead of time. I'll give one to the commander downstairs so they put it on the board.
One other question, I did send an email out 2 months ago asking when would you want to see any live broadcasts like this, okay? I got one response, okay? Nobody could come up with a time, or nobody could say, when would you want to do this? Now, I don't want to get into doing this full time because I don't look good on the camera and all that other stuff, but it puts out information. If I can put out information for us, I can do that, I just, I'm trying this here with my phone. I didn't even think I could do this, what I'm doing tonight.
Good, nice job.
I'm doing live streaming right here, which is, we'll see what happens there. But if, there's certain times or information you want put out, don't be afraid to send me an email or call me. You've all got my phone number.
Okay. Is there anything else to come before the organization? If not, then we'll adjourn the meeting and run it back. Closing prayer. It says, grant us, O Lord, that as Americans and submarine veterans, we may continue to help our fellow veterans and those in need. We thank you for the people assembled here and pray that you will bless their many works. Be with us, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming out. Kyle, would you please, even concussion, Lily? She'll service the vote.
Three times 4 years and do that at the same time.
Okay, sorry about that. We're now done. We'll talk to you later. Thank you very much for attending.
I'll write back.
Although local membership,
Good job.
at the other things,